welcome to the channel. Appreciate you being here. I sincerely do. Today we're taking a look at another playbook. Probably the best playbook you're probably not using right now, because I honestly never thought about it. Stumbled across it whenever I was running some plays earlier today, and I thought I would highlight one of the formations in this playbook, and we'll probably go ahead and break it down even more as we move forward. But this is the Troy Playbook, Troy Trojans. And they run the wide offense. They have a lot of wide sets in their playbook. Similar to what you'll see in a lot of formations today, or a lot of playbooks today. They have all the different wide stuff. The wide slot left weak, wide slot right weak, wide offset, wide stack, wide bunch, wide trips, which is awesome, wide trips halfback weak, which is awesome, and wide wide receiver. This offense is designed to spread out the defense and then start just chewing them down in between. Really, if you can just run the ball every play because they don't respect the middle of the field, run it. But if you need to, add some good passes as well. So today in this video, we're going to break down one formation in particular, and that is the wide slot right. So here we go. One interesting thing about the wide slot right, you have some really good formations here. You'll see this in a lot of the wide playbooks, but there's a reason why we're in Troy today. It does have PA slot choice, which is a great play. Has counter, really good run plays, counter. It has halfback ISO. One of my favorite plays, RPO alert, post ISO, which I think is a great play. It has read option, which you can do really well with. It has alert bubble, which can be really good. Even that slot cross is a good crosser. All these plays can do some work, but this one has, oh yeah, we're going to spend time on RPO read Y flat. This one also has the walk concept. Think of Wake Forest a couple of years ago. If you played college football 25, I believe there's another team that already has the walk concept in it. But Troy has the wide RPO walk concept. So we're going to take a look at that as we run through some of the plays today. First play up, we're going to talk about RPO walk glance. So this play is pretty simple. You just have the option to be able to hand it off to the running back, which in this case we would not want to do because the box is stacked. They have 7 men in the box, so we're not going to run the ball against that probably. Although probably an ISO could still work here. Or sorry, they have, they have 7 in the box, so they're just in a basic 3-4. We're going to want to try to get the ball out wide or deep. So we're going to respot the ball, see what they come out in. Want the wide side of the wide to the right. Just get the wide side of the wide to the wide side of the field. And now you take it a better look. This is what wide really looks like. You really get them stretched out. And so if I take a look at the left side of the field, I see that corner is just inside my wide receiver. I don't know that post is going to work. If I look on the right side of the field, they do have a man above each of my players. One right above the slot receiver, who's running a bubble, and then one right above the outside receiver. So I got to make a decision on where I want to go with the football. Do I want to hand it off? It's a softer box now. They still have technically 7 in the box, but the right side of the line is wide open. And I can decide to throw this pass or I can decide to run it. In this case, I'm just going to see that it looks like it's a softer box to run against. I'm just going to run some ISO at it. Pick up a little chunky yards, 4 yards. Not fantastic, but it did not look like it was favorable to throw it. They're in a flat nickel right here. I see if I look on the left side of the field, that square route is not likely to get open. He's running with the corner pretty much straight up on him. Maybe he'll get inside of it. Then I have a safety over the top. So then the read would be at snap. If I look at the square receiver, if he gets inside the corner, great. But then what happens to the safety? So now I got to read 2 defenders on that play. If I look on the right side of the field, I see that I have a man head up on my slot receiver, and he's close. He's probably going to cover that bubble. So the only route I really have is that circle route, which is super hard to see on the screen. Because even if you snap it like this, you're going to have a hard time reading that play. So we end up just handing it off. Trying to read the circle route, was not able to see it. Here we go, soft box. You're either just going to hand it off, or you're going to go to ISO, which is a better run play. And just pump it up the middle for some chunky yards. You're going to frustrate the heck out of the opponent. Come back out, take a look at it again. We're going to read that post again. Looks like the bubble's covered up. There's 3 on the right side of the field to cover 2 receivers. So really the best call here is to run the ball up the middle. The post route could get open, but it's also going to run into the safety. So we're just going to go to the ISO and run it up the gut. There's no reason to throw it there. There we go. It's exactly what we want to see on the left side of the field. Solo wide receiver. We're going to read that again. If we get the opportunity for the solo wide receiver on this slant or this post to be all alone, and we're just reading at this point on this play, while we're reading on the left side of the field, first we take a look at the right side of the field, and I see someone's head up over the bubble. Probably not going to throw that. I could throw that solo post because there's nobody over that green over the middle of the field. It's just so hard to see that receiver, though, when he's on the wide side. So I'm going to take a look at the left. I'm going to say, all right, if that post route gets open, I'm going to throw it. If not, I'm just going to hand it off. And he gets open. Boom, there it is. And because it's a walk, you have a long time to make that decision. You don't have to make it quite as fast. And you're able to get that play off. So that's when you can hit that solo. All right, here's another look. Again, no one's over the bubble, so we're going to look at the run the bubble unless something surprises. You saw the corner start to back off at the snap. We're going to run the bubble. This situation where I'm getting pressed, I'm just going to streak both the outside wide receivers. The bubble's not going to be open, so my read is going to be whoever gets deep. And on this play, I'm going to back it out just to get a better camera angle, and I'm going to hit circle to see if I get it. And I do. I get the circle receiver wide open. He's gone. Livingstone's gone for the touchdown. So don't be afraid if they press you to just streak the outsides. If they beat the coverage, throw it. If they don't, just hand it off. And you have extra time because you're running the walk concept. So, that's this play in a nutshell. Pretty good play to run. Probably not my base play that I run the most. You'll see that here in a moment. But it's a good option to be able to try to make them pay for stacking the box. And that's really what a lot of this offense is. If they don't stack the box, run it. If they stack the box, make them pay. Take a look at the next play. Okay, now we're taking a look at RPO read Y flat. This is in a lot of playbooks and a lot of formations, but I just challenge you if you have a mobile quarterback. You don't want to run this offense if you don't have a mobile quarterback, in my opinion, because you optimize it if you have a quarterback and run a little bit. They don't have to be fast. 78, 82 speed is fine. If you get 88 to 90 speed, giddy up. You're going to be able to be outstanding in this offense. But this play, RPO read Y flat, is really a triple option play. And you run it just like you would triple option in a lot of the formations. Don't be afraid to look at all the options. So when I snap it here, if the box doesn't look favorable, I'm not going to hand it off. And right now, I don't really love the box. I see 6 in the box. I could run it if I wanted to get like short yardage, but otherwise I'm not going to run the ball at the middle. I'm going to look to the flat. If the flat is wide open, I'm going to throw it. If not, I'm taking it up the field with my quarterback. And you're going to look at this read defender out here on the right side. See the R? If he drops down at the quarterback, you're going to easily have some big chunk yards. If he flies out with a tight end, you're just going to keep with the quarterback. Huge yards because he came inside, and now I can just throw it outside. That's not an auto pass, though. You cannot just automatically pass it. We'll see the read again. This time he crashes down, but the tight end's covered. Keep it with the quarterback. So it's triple option. It's tight end, quarterback, and of course the initial read is to the running back. Now the read defender's deep here. Should have a pretty good play on triangle. And I'm up here throwing the ball to a skyscraper. And I'm going to run it like triple option. You don't have to throw the ball immediately. Take your time on the read. This is a great example right here. You saw the flat was going to get covered. Just keep you the quarterback. If you have any speed at all at quarterback, you're going to just churn yards. Don't take hits. If you're getting in trouble, just go down. Another example. Don't be afraid. I see too many people run this play and they immediately stab it and throw it to the flat. And they only make 2 reads, either the running back or the flat. But it's not. It's running back, flat, or just keep it the quarterback. It is a triple option. Not going to get the yards here I would have got on the other play, or the other play, but it's there, it's available. Don't be afraid to keep this ball. Very rarely on this play does the read defender go after the quarterback, I found. He does sometimes, especially if you have somebody playing on conservative. But otherwise, usually he goes after the running back right there. So the running back route will be open if they play conservative option with your quarterback. But otherwise, most of the time he dives right in on your quarterback. And then you get to flip it out here to the tight end when he's open. If not, keep the quarterback. But RPO read wide flat is a triple option. And in the wide, you get even more space than you do out of like the basic trip sets. So use that play that way. It'll open up your offense. Let's take a look at the next play. Okay, the next play we're taking a look at is RPO walk alert post. And essentially on this play, all I'm doing, I'm just looking at one route, and then I'm going to hand it off if it's not open. This wide offense will get you sacked a lot if you're too busy trying to look at a ton of different things. But with the walk, you have the opportunity to be up just a little bit more time. I'm just reading the R1. And if this guy gets inside of that corner that's on him, the nickel corner, I'm throwing it in there with a bullet pass. Sometimes that safety will crash down or move to the left, or will go wide right, and you get a one-play touchdown. You just never know. And sometimes this route's not open. You just hand it off and get your yard or get back to the line of scrimmage or get a big gain, depending on what they do. I'm only reading the R1 receiver on this play. So before snap the ball, I just hit circle one time. That way I can get a better look at him. I don't see it's getting open. I'm just going to hand it off. Simple play. Okay, safety's coming down in the box. We're one-on-one at R1. See what happens. Big play. We're able to get a 20-yard gain. Able to get a quick pass in there. Bullet pass. Get down with possession if you have a safety still over the top. If you don't have a safety over the top, you're going to rack it. Just take your yards. No one over the top. We'll take that all day. No one over the top. And you just got to look for that. That's the other thing. You're going to play players and or even the dynasty computer that's going to leave this guy wide open. And when they do, just try not to get too giddy. Take a moment, take a breath, and throw it to the wide open wide receiver. I just absolutely love this post route. It's one of the most interesting post routes, I think, in the game. It gets open a ton. And when it doesn't, it's usually because the run lane is there. So I encourage you to take a look at that as well. Wide open. The corner bailed out on him. And then we have a massive play. Absolutely love this play. And it's only two reads. It's either the R1 receiver is open or you run the ball. Or, I mean, like this situation right here, there's no way. He's got inside leverage. The box looks fantastic. I'm going to run it, but I'm not going to run the RPO. I'm just going to run ISO because there's no reason to run the RPO. I'm just going to pound it up the middle for this. And now we don't get some weird glitchy block shed from the defensive lineman. So there you go. There are 3 awesome plays to run along with the ISO. So now we have 4 plays out of this formation that we can run. But we're not done. Let's take a look at one more before we close this out. And we're going to take a look at PA walk slot choice. PA walk slot choice. Okay, so on this play, you can do a lot of things. You can just leave the X the way it is. You can block him. I'm mainly reading the square and to R. Square to R. If square's one-on-one, he's going to turn around and he's going to come back for the curl route. If he's going to get covered up, I look to R real quick. And then I see, okay, usually he can either get open, he'll come back on the curl or on the fly or on the post. That post is glitchy. It can get you some touchdowns. You get this open a lot. I threw it a little high, but that'll come open so often. Cover 2, you're going to destroy cover 2. Match, you can destroy match. That post route from the R1 wide receiver gets open a ton. Again, I am reading square first on the left side of the field. I'm reading this square route over here first to solo wide receiver, and then I come back to my slot receiver. In this offense, I recommend having your absolute best receiver on your team in the slot. You're going to throw to him more than anybody else. He gets left alone and then cuts across the safety. Boom, there it is. You're just going to hit him between the safeties. It's amazing how often this guy gets open. And there's that post again. You're going to be able to hit that a lot. I mean, more than you think. You're also going to throw some picks until you get used to it. Don't be afraid to throw that curl route too. That curl route's going to get open an awful lot. You're going to read square, 2R1. If square's open, you're going to throw it. You don't have to block your tight end. I like to. Oh, that is ridiculously open. I underthrew it. I saw it too late. That gets open so often. You don't have to block your tight end, but I think it just gives you a little bit extra time to throw the ball. You can put the tight end on a Texas route. That's pretty cool, especially against a user that's really causing trouble for you. Put a little extra stress on him, and then make him decide what he wants to do. You just could keep beating him. That square route's going to be open an awful lot on a curl route. Occasionally you can get a fly pattern open. If they want to press you, they're dead. If you play somebody that's trying to press you, you just kill them. And like right there, R1 was wide open. I just didn't see it in time. R1's going to get open an awful lot. You could just say, let me just read R1, but I sure like this curl route's going to drive people nuts going down the field. And then you just hit them on the post. Just, oh, it's glorious. Glorious play. So yes, I highly recommend RPO walk alert post, RPO walk slot choice, halfback ISO, RPO read Y flat. I mean, all these plays are fantastic to stretch out and open it up. For the longest time, I struggled running the wide offense because I tried to find my groove. But then I found like a combination of plays, and then with Troy, makes it even easier. You can run all this stuff out of Tennessee or out of any of the wides. They just don't have the walk, and the walk is what allows you to be able to have just a little bit extra time, I think, to be able to make those calls. But if you get quick at making these calls, you can run any wide offense and have a similar type of approach. Just remember, your best player needs to be in that slot position, and you're going to eat all day. And remember, if they give you a light box like this, you just run up the middle. You take the free yards, and you wear them down. You bludgeon the enemy, bludgeon your opponent until they stack the box. And they stack the box, you get one-on-ones, and you start. That's when you start getting those 60, 70-yard touchdown passes. And this becomes an explosive offense rather than just a run-heavy offense. But that's one formation. I hope you enjoyed the time today. If you did, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. We'll cover some more plays and some more formations to help open up the wide offense for you. See you next time. Goodbye.
Sells to run, looking to pass. Finds his man. And that's where they'll mark him, but a very productive play, and they'll move the chains. They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. They'll try the counter. He'll move it ahead, and a good productive play on the ground. You think, just throw it in the area code. Well, it didn't work that time.
No, might need to get a new phone. That phone didn't work if you were searching for the area code, because he definitely wasn't on target, and, together and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your...
The Jayhawk offense is ready to go to work. So they just gave up the lead on that last touchdown drive. Now to put something together to go back on